All right. Enough fiddling around. Sounds cool. All right, everybody. So we got Wrenster, really known as
Yeah.
Wrence, as part of the Difference Maker team on this call. Hello, Wrence.
Hi. Hello, everyone.
So Wrence is part of DDM's Skunk Works team, if you will, meaning he's got incredible talent as far as a little bit of back-end coding, a little bit of SEO manipulation, making chatbots and all sorts of different things, and he's also the DDM comedian, if you will. So no dad jokes needed on this. Anyways, before I make a fool of it, we were talking about some SEO stuff, okay? And with AI, artificial intelligence, answer engine optimization, we have heavy time investment in AEO, optimizing for answer engines like ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, Perplexity, and beyond. However, what we find is SEO, search engine optimization, still matters and is foundational for any sort of organic strategy. So I wanted to bring in Wrence. We're going to show you some examples of what he's done recently that really just kind of states classic SEO still matters. But before we do that, Wrence, did you have anything to say to that? And if you crack a dad joke right now, I'd probably be okay with it.
And it's just that, yeah, with all these innovations and progress in search and how search engines grow, it all boils down to the foundations of it. So, yeah, let's get on with it.
All right, cool. All right, let's show the example. All right, so what you can see here is we are on an SRP or VRP, whatever your website company wants to call it. It's a results page. And we're currently looking at new Jeep Compass. So one of Wrence's recent projects was to optimize high traffic pages, especially for websites that don't necessarily have enough eyeballs to the inventory that they should. One dealer we're talking about, has enough inventory to be aggressive in their market for a specific model, but they just weren't getting the leads from their third-party vendors nor their website vendors. So that's where this came in. So, Wrence, before we move on to your optimized page, is there anything you want to talk about on this page here?
Well, basically, it's a basic inventory page where, yeah, products are displayed and such. But as you can see, the new compass, it stands as the H1 of the page. So it lacks intent, it lacks the description on what this page is all about. So yeah, we those are some basic principles that we must not neglect in basic SEO. So yeah.
Yeah, so this website essentially on a high traffic page with a vehicle
Mhm.
that they have a lot of. You're talking about basic SEO stuff like your header tags and a description just on the page, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Cool. Now let's show an optimized page that Rents actually did very recently for another dealer, and we'll show the difference just in the header and the description on an inventory page. And then after that, we'll show the actual Search Console data, which shows our tweaks, Rents's tweaks, actually made the difference pretty quickly. All right, so we're back, and we're looking at a page that Rents has optimized. And this
Yeah.
page has header information and description information on a key inventory page, right? Because on dealer websites, the top pages that bring traffic are A, the homepage, and B, the inventory pages. Everybody worried about, like the contact us page and the staff page, those are okay, but they usually receive a low amount of traffic. Your highest traffic pages still that I see to this day are your homepage and your inventory pages and maybe some of your really, really popular VDP pages. So I want to let Wrence take over here. Describe what he's done in the header and description of this because it's a short little tweak, small little tweak that you can make. We're always looking for the small hinge that swings the big door. I think Wrence nailed it on this one. I want to let him talk about it here for a second. And go ahead, Mr. Wrence.
All right. So basically, what we did on this page is that we updated the headers, which for this page is the new Silverado 2500 HD for sale. And as you can see, it now has this intent. It literally says for sale. So it better signals the crawlers, the search engines, that this page is literally meant to sell trucks, to sell new Silverado 2500 HD. And it also includes its location, which is a key element of how we optimize SEO stuff. So moving on to the description, it also states more of the truck, states more of the dealer, where it's located, the exact address in there, and yeah, more of the intent of why you should buy this truck. So yeah, that's about it.
Cool, and I just want to touch on something. I'm going to read through this a little bit so we see what kind of language actually works. So, Wrence is correct. You want to start with the year, make, model. Or if it's not the year, you just want to say what the new actual inventory is. New Silverado 2500 HD for sale. That's first. That's the priority. Everything you see from left to right is the priority in which it needs to be stated, right? So, new Silverado 2500 HD for sale near insert dealer, town, and state, right? Now, this town is actually not the specific town that this store serves. It's the largest metro, right? Metropolitan area of this store. And why do we do that? We do that to garner traffic because more people are going to search within the largest metro rather than just a small little pocket. So a lot of this is about prioritization. So I'm going to keep reading, and it says, discover the legendary power and capability of the new Chevrolet Silverado 2500 HD trucks, available now at your local Chevy dealer in the state. We are proud to be your trusted source for the latest Silverado 2500 HD models, known for their rugged performance and advanced technology. As a premier dealership located at insert address, we serve customers across insert town and the surrounding communities, offering an exceptional inventory and service experience. Stop searching for your next truck and find the perfect Silverado 2500 HD by browsing our extensive new inventory. Nice little blurb. You can have Gemini or ChatGPT clean it up, write it up, and put it in priority and optimize your pages for this, right? This kind of stuff still works. And now I want to bring up Google Search Console to show you exactly the type of results this stuff generates. Sweet. So now we're in Search Console. And this is the last 28 days of performance. And we are filtering pages that are only looking at the inventory. And that actually we can do by adding a little cars. URL contains cars. Because for this website platform, that's inventory pages. Now, with that being said, and I should say it's results pages, not vehicle detail pages, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that being said, we just did this last week, and what you can see down here is a total clicks and total impressions graph. You can see just within the week after doing these optimizations, small basic optimizations, Wrence went ahead and moved that forward. He did that for a lot of different pages. You can see the amount of impressions actually are starting to spike. We are showing up in far more searches than we have been. Now, clicks aren't necessarily catching up yet, but that doesn't mean, it's very early to tell, right? I like to see that we're getting more impressions on our pages because we're in front of more eyeballs and that matters. Wrence, do you have anything to say about this?
No, it actually speaks for itself.
Nice. I concur. So what we should see out of this is in the next weeks and even months to come, these changes should yield, they should yield more leads to the website. And we can analyze with our reports which vehicles are bringing the leads on the website. And if we see an uptick of 2,500 in any of the other pages we did for this store, we can pretty much directly correlate it to, a lift in this piece. We also look to analytics as far as key events and organic traffic tracking to see if the key events are actually coming from organic, which I actually think we're going to see. So again, Search Console is all about what? It's all about how your website ranks in search engines. Not necessarily like Google Analytics, which tells you the website gatekeeper per se. where it tells you like how people are coming to your website and how they're interacting. But this tells you how it ranks. And so far, with Wrence's changes, it's ranking better.
Mhm.
So, this might be basic for a lot of you. This might be common sense. But you know what? We find this, the more websites we see, we find this less and less. And there's a real nice structured way to do it. There's also some advanced stuff that Wrence is working on in terms of schema, which is like the back-end table of contents, if you will, for your website, so that when these search engine crawlers and answer engine crawlers go on, they better find your stuff easier. Imagine trying to find something in a book without a table of contents and you've never read it before. Essentially the same thing, right? So path of least resistance. So Wrence will be working on some of that kind of stuff along with some of the other DDM team members. We'll have more on that soon. Wrence, any final comments?
Yeah, just some final thoughts is that even though we've gone so far from traditional search, we must not neglect the basics and the principles of the foundation of stuff that we actually did.
100%. Thank you, everybody. David Feldman-Makrias and Wrence. See you later.